Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. Momentum stock pick time once again with Mike Vodicka, our momentum stock analyst at Zacks.com, who brings us at least 2 suggestions a week here on video. A lot more if you go to the website. You can see a whole archive on the website. We'll tell you about that a little bit later on. But the first choice you've made for this discussion is Rehabcare Group, and the ticker symbol is RHB.
That's correct. Yeah, this is a company that specializes in providing rehabilitation management services. They have 2 primary business segments. One is they outsource skilled nurses into various healthcare facilities. And then on the other side, they actually own and manage 11 rehabilitation care facilities. So a little bit of diversity there. It's a fairly small company, $405 million market cap. And they operate primarily in the Midwest, but they have functioned domestically, no international exposure.
Okay. And as far as latest results on the company?
Yeah, recently, in early May 6th, they came out and reported their first quarter results, and the numbers are really strong here. The revenue was up 12% from last year, and their income was up really big. It's up 92% to $8.7 million. That's kind of indicative of some of these companies that have the thinner margins, so they're able to get a nice boost on their income. And of course, they beat on the earnings side too. It was 48 cents per share. It was 17 cents ahead of the consensus. So that was a really nice number. And something that's important to remember too is they are maybe not the most explosive sales growth, but 12% year over year in this environment is really solid, and we are seeing that kind of performance from the healthcare sector in general. Moving on then to the estimates here, after the nice quarter hit the street, analysts lifted their estimates. The current year is up 22 cents to $1.49. And then the last piece of the puzzle here, of course, is the chart, which is something the Momentum faction pays close attention to.
Yep, nice little climb in the stock price there.
Yeah, this is one of those stocks that started accelerating in early March, and it bottomed out at about $12.50. And then recently, it topped off at right above 23, so that's close to doubling the share price in just 3 months. That's really nice growth.
All right, and you wrote about Visa recently as well, Visa Incorporated, V the ticker symbol. These are the credit card people, correct?
That's who it is. Yes, it is. Visa, it's an interesting company, a new IPO. They've only been traded publicly for about a year now, but they've done fairly well since going public. In case there's any confusion, Visa operates a credit card network. They are not responsible for backing, issuing, subsidizing any of the debt on the consumer side. So that's been a very nice characteristic of this company. They don't have any exposure to the weak consumer environment.
That's an important distinction.
Definitely. And a market cap of $48 billion, so this is a very big company here. And then getting to their most recent quarterly results, which are second quarter, reported in late April. Again, we had some strong numbers. Revenue was up 13% last year. A big jump in income was up 70% from last year. Earnings came in at 73 cents. It was 9 cents ahead of the consensus. And the thing that was interesting about the results that they said is that they did see a little bit of softness domestically here in the United States, but their international presence is very strong. So they saw an uptick in business internationally. So that enabled them to move forward and produce the nice results. But those are the kind of companies that are attractive from an investment perspective because they provide a little bit more diversity when the markets become a little more volatile. Moving on to the estimate picture, the long-term growth picture looks really nice. The next year estimate, which is a little further out, is at $3.37 per share. That's a 19% growth projection. Again, in this environment, that's really solid. Those are good companies that are growing at that clip.
Yeah, it's kind of curious that since they don't have exposure to the debt in the marketplace as far as from a servicing standpoint is concerned, but they do business with companies who do have that exposure. And it's interesting that the results for them would be as good as they are.
I was kind of surprised to see that it was as strong as it is, but really it's a play off of the fact that consumers continue to move away from cash-denominated transactions. The convenience of pulling out the credit card is prevalent
still
all over the place, and it's growing. The infrastructure continues to grow to support these kinds of transactions.
That's interesting.
And then finally, again, last piece of the puzzle is we'll go to the chart here. And now this is a stock that's actually been rallying for most of '09. It started accelerating before the market took off. And then when the market took off, it got an extra thrust. But the short-term low is January 26th at 41.50. And since then, it's eclipsed the $71 mark, so that's a really nice short-term game right there.
All right, do you own either of these two?
No, I don't.
All right, if you want to take a look at more Zacks Rank Buy stock suggestions, get over to Zacks.com's homepage if you're not there already watching this video, and go to the upper right-hand corner of Zacks.com's homepage. That is where all of the Zacks Rank Buy stock suggestions are listed by investment category. Click on to see Mike's stocks that he's written about recently, the latest headline in the Momentum Group, and it'll take you right to the most current story and an archive of some others. With Mike Vodicka, I'm Terry Ruffalo.